Everybody's moving on the screen right now. Commissioners, regular board hybrid meetings order. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Clerk Lux, please, a roll call vote.
Commissioner Hutchinson,
Present.
Commissioner Engler, Commissioner Jelzinski,
Present.
Commissioner Marino,
Present.
Commissioner Slaney,
Here.
Commissioner Hope,
Present.
Commissioner Horton.
Present.
All present, Mr. Chairman, except for Commissioner Engler.
And Commissioner Engler has been excused for this evening's meeting. Next up, approval of the agenda. Move the general public comments. Under presentations and special reports, we have 4 items. That brings us next to appointments to boards and commissions. And the chairperson would like to add one thing. And an ad hoc committee to be created under purposes to work with administration on the process to recruit for the new administrative controller position. So I'll bring that forward in that section. Next up, bring to the consent agenda. Anybody would like to add or remove anything from the consent agenda? Next up, committee reports, finance and administration.
Finance and administration is all set, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Next up, criminal justice and county affairs.
Criminal justice and county affairs is all set, Mr. Chairman.
Last, number C, human resources and public works.
Human Resources and Public Works is all set, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. That brings us under new government affairs. We have no issues under the Commissioner Control reports. Nothing under unfinished business. The new business, we have 2 items. One being the 911 dispatchers unit, and the second one being a resolution for the ARP state match programs. That brings us to general public comments, announcements, and adjournment. So that goes over our agenda. Can I get a motion and support for the approval of the agenda?
So moved.
Support Sweeney.
We have a motion and support for the approval of the agenda. Any further discussion? Hearing seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed the same. The agenda moves forward. Next up, general public comments. These items are for anything general public want to comment on. We're going to do 3 minutes. Well, first up with the live. Anybody here in the audience would like to come up and comment? Hearing or seeing none, we'll move to the virtual side of the world here. We'll go to the phone. Anybody on the virtual side?
There is not at this time, Mr. Chairman.
Wow, we'll be on just for a few more moments. Okay, at this time I'll close general public comment, with the presentations and special report. First up is the fiscal year 2020 budget notice. Commissioner Page, Commissioner Swain.
Motion reads, move to approve the fiscal year 2022 budget millage for the Isabella County Commission on Aging at 0.88 of 1 mil.
And support that, please. Support. Your motion and support to approve fiscal year 2020 budget notice. Commissioner on Aging. Any discussion by Commissioner Evans? We had a presentation earlier tonight for these 4 items in our work session. Each individual department, each individual aspect came up and talked about the presentation. So a very, very good presentation. All right, hearing some no further discussion, but once a roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Slaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Hope,
Yes.
Commissioner Jelzinski,
Yes.
Commissioner Hutchinson,
Yes.
Commissioner Horton.
Yes.
Votes cast 6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passes, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Clerk Lux. Commissioner Moreno, if you would mind doing the second one, please.
Motion reads, move to approve the fiscal year 2022 budget millage for the Isabella County Medical Care Facility at 1.0 of 1 mil.
Support. We have a motion and support to approve the fiscal year 2022 budget millage of the medical care facility. Any discussion? Hearing and seeing none, clerk will also roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Slaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Hope,
Yes.
Commissioner Jazinski,
Yes.
Commissioner Hutchinson,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Hart.
Yes,
Votes cast 6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passes, Mr. Chairman.
thank you, Clerk Brooks. Commissioner Jalazinski, would you mind taking this next?
Fiscal year 2022 budget village Parks and Recreation Commission. Motion reads, move to approve the fiscal year 2022 budget village for the Isabella County Parks and Recreation Commission at 0.35 of 1 mil.
Support, Marino.
We have a motion and support for the fiscal year 2022 budget millage for Parks and Recreation Commission. Any discussion? Hearing and seeing none, clerk will also roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Slaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Hope,
Yes.
Commissioner Jazinski,
Yes.
Commissioner Hutchinson,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Hart.
Yes,
Votes cast 6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passes, Mr. Chairman.
thank you, Clerk Brooks. Commissioner Hutchinson, would you like to discussion, please?
Sure. FYI, 2022 budget millage, Transportation Commission, motion reads, move to approve the fiscal year 2022 budget millage for the Isabella County Transportation Commission at 0.862 of 1 mil.
Support.
We have a motion and support for the fiscal year 2022 budget millage transportation commission. Discussion, please. Hearing and seeing no discussion, clerk will also roll call.
Commissioner Hope,
Yes.
Commissioner Jazinski,
Yes.
Commissioner Hutchinson,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Slaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Hart.
Yes,
Votes cast 6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
thank you. That brings us next to appointments of boards and commissions. As we all know, last board meeting, we announced county administrator Controller McAvoy will be. Effective the end of 11:59 p.m., 12/31/2021. So I decided as board chairperson to create an ad hoc committee to make the process, start the process to recruit our new administrative controller. And for this committee, I'd like to have 3 board members serve. I'm going to ask Vice Chairman Hope, chairperson of that committee, and along with myself, I'd also like to appoint Commissioner Hutchinson to that committee. That committee will be virtual. It's going to hit the ground running. That county administrator and controller McAvoy will be the administrator. Work with the administrators. It's going to hit the ground running quickly. We're going to do Chairperson McAvoy to send the commission.
Just call me Mark.
I asked Margaret to send the 3 members. You can quickly what the ads were. Position stage. I'd like to get that off quickly, probably by Friday, but kind of our goal, set a preliminary timeline. Then we'll get the board together, and Vice Chairman of that committee will be basically responsible for setting the time. It's a big task for our board. And as we move forward, like I said, Jim Marino and myself have been involved in the last hiring of Margaret. Also with deputy administrator, both offices, she was in the team for a board like that. So, again, we're going to kind of follow the formats, but kind of hybrid. I don't get too much into it. Chairman Holmes going to set a lot of this up as we get into it. But kind of hybrid both the hiring of Margaret's process and then the control's process, kind of hybrid together.
Well, actually, we're just, you and I reviewed today some preliminary timelines that we make sure that we get somebody on before. And the only thing I have to do was I should do some interview process. So it's a different system because she was with the administrative controller, so that wasn't the way by the county. The board of commissioners will hire the administrative controller.
So that's folks here in the next week. It's all over. Okay. Next out of consent agenda. Let's go with Commissioner Hutchinson.
Motion reads, move to approve and place on file July 20th, 2021, regular meeting minutes, July 27th, 2021. Finance and Administration Committee meeting minutes, July 27th, 2021. Criminal Justice and County Affairs meeting minutes, and the July 27th, 2021. Human Resources and Public Works Committee meeting minutes. Support, Rita.
We have a motion and support to approve the consent agenda. Any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, clerk will ask for roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Hutchinson,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Slaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Holt,
Yes.
Commissioner Delsinski,
Yes.
Commissioner Horton.
Yes.
Votes cast, 6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, clerk Watts. Brenda's committee reports. First up, Finance and Administration.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Item number 1 is the July 16th, 2021 invoice list, the July 23rd, 2021 invoice list, and the July 29th, 2021 adjustment list. Motion reads, move to ratify and place on file the July 16th, 2021 invoice list in the amount of $202,580.71. The July 23rd, 2021 invoice list in the amount of $179,532.13, and the adjustment list dated July 29th, 2021.
Support. We have a motion and support to ratify, place on file the July 16th, 2021 invoice list, the July 23rd, 2021 invoice list, and the July 29th, 2021 adjustments. Discussion.
Okay, so like I usually do, I'll give you a rundown of the over $5,000 items that appear on the top of page 1 there. We have our hats, bi-weekly contract for animal control, $5,961. And then we have trusted community service, those are equalization, $11,500. Ranger, $5,422 for monthly compactor service for the material recovery facility. Carpool Solutions, $15,750 down payment on the software licenses for the prosecuting attorney's office. Chippewa River District Library, $36,062 for quarterly penal fund distribution. Urban and Lost Trains Trust, $19,951. Treasury rebate for a PRE refund from 2006 to 2017. And then there are 2 parcel counts from the treasurer. Chippewa Township Treasurer, $5,240, and Union Township, $7,762. Also on that list, at the very bottom, COVID expenses are listed at $3,944. Moving on to the next list. July 23rd, we have BSNA software, $26,151. That's our annual software maintenance. We have 3 payments to Consumers Energy, $6,054, $10,074, and $7,892. Those are monthly electric charges for the administration building, the jail, sheriff's office, and the court building. And then we have Johnson Controls, $28,940 for a new compressor for the chiller for the administration building. And finally, our monthly day treatment contract for courts, for childcare with McBride Quality Care in the amount of $38,885. Moving on then to the adjustment list dated July 29th, we have the Gordon Food Service invoices added for early payment discount that we always see. And then there were 2 invoices. One was for Orkin Pest Control, was voided because it had already been billed. And then another was for Shanty Creek, invoice was voided because we had to pay with a credit card on that.
Any further discussion among commissioners in regards to the invoice list? Hearing seen none, clerk Marks, roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Jazinski,
Yes.
Commissioner Hutchinson,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Swinney,
Yes.
Commissioner Hope,
Yes.
Commissioner Horton.
Yes.
Votes cast 6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, clerk Marks.
Next item is the fiscal year 2021 third quarter financial management services report. Motion reads, move to accept and place on file the fiscal year 2021 third quarter financial services report as presented.
Support.
We have a motion and support to accept and place on file the fiscal year 2021 third quarter financial management services report. Discussion.
Steve Kravinovich was here at the work session. He went through the list. Number of the items I think he's been working on for a while. I think significant work that was done was dealing with the ARPA funds. The first tranche of funding that the county received so that we recovered our lost revenue. We recovered COVID-19 expenses and public safety wage and fringe benefit reimbursements, which took quite a bit of effort. The second item that he reported was the Michigan is changing its chart of accounts, budgetary chart of accounts, and so we're trying to bend that into our budget accounting. So that's an ongoing process. And then the third item that I thought was significant is updating the wind turbine MERS jail debt funding spreadsheet. There's been a lot of movement in some of those areas, and I think as we move towards approving the jail project, we need to know all the pieces are in place and we can afford that. So those are the 3 most significant things, but we did a lot of other work for the county over that quarter too.
Any further discussion among commissioners? Hearing seen none, clerk Marks, roll call vote.
Commissioner Jazinski,
Yes.
Commissioner Hutchinson,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Swinney,
Yes.
Commissioner Hope,
Yes.
Commissioner Horton.
Yes.
Votes cast 6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, clerk Marks.
Okay, item number 3 is fiscal year 2021 third quarter financial report. Motion reads, move to accept and place on file the fiscal year 2021 third quarter financial report as presented.
Support. We have a motion and support to move to accept and place on file the fiscal year 2021 third quarter financial report. Discussion.
All right, so Administrator McAvoy kind of walked us through this in the work session, but basically revenues always lag this time of year because we don't have the property tax funds in yet. Those will be coming in shortly. Some other revenues are down a little bit, have been down since the start of COVID, are kind of still down, some of the smaller revenues. But the expenditures, basically, there's a couple areas that are a little low, a couple areas maybe a little high, but the expenditures overall are right at 74.30%, so right where they should be. So that's good.
Further discussion. Hearing seen none, clerk Marks, roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Swinney,
Yes.
Commissioner Hope,
Yes.
Commissioner Jazinski,
Yes.
Commissioner Hutchinson,
Yes.
Commissioner Horton.
Yes.
Votes cast 6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, clerk Marks.
Mr. Chair, that completes the work of the Finance and Administration Committee.
Thank you. Next up, criminal justice and county affairs.
First item, fiscal year 2022, county child care budget summary. Motion reads, move to approve the fiscal year 2022 county child care budget summary. Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, county child care proposed application for children under the jurisdiction of the Isabella County Circuit Court. Family division to assure child safety, well-being, permanency, and rehabilitation of our most vulnerable population, and authorize the board chair to sign the same.
Support.
We have a motion and support to approve the fiscal year 2022 county child care budget summary. Discussion.
Court Administrator Carrie Curtis came and went over the summary of the budget that will be submitted to the state by the Isabella Court for the child care budget. And there's a slight increase due to looking forward to negotiations with McDermott. But other than that, it's about the same as last year.
I recall. You mentioned some of the costs, especially the child care. Those folks need to be staffed. So with that, increase expenses, so you probably will see something. Any further discussion? All right, hearing and seeing none, clerk, what's the roll call, vote, please?
Commissioner Slaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Holt,
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson,
Yes.
Commissioner Hutchinson,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Horton.
Yes.
Votes cast 6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passes, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, clerk Watson.
All right, second item, amendment to 2020-9/11 call premise equipment grant agreement. Motion reads, move to approve the amendment to the grant agreement between the Michigan Department of State Police, State 911 Office, and Isabella County Central Dispatch for the 2020 911 call premise equipment subgrant. Authorize the chair to sign the same.
Support.
We have a motion and support to approve the amendment to the 2020 911 call premise equipment grant agreement. Discussion.
Mark Griffiths came and explained that so this grant that we're applying to our match is going down 3%. So good for us. Less money that we have to match for this grant. So that's
Any further discussion on commissioners? Hearing and seeing none, clerk Watson, roll call, vote, please.
Commissioner Johnson,
Yes.
Commissioner Hutchinson,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Slaney,
yes.
Commissioner Holt,
Yes.
Commissioner Horton.
Yes.
Votes cast 6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passes, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, clerk Watson.
All right, with that ends the business of the criminal justice and county affairs.
Thank you. Commissioner Slaney. Next up, human resources and public works.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The first item is Art from Our Parks 2022 grant application. The motion reads, move to approve the August 2021 Michigan Council for the Arts and Cultural Affairs grant application request to support the Isabella County Parks and Recreation Commission event. Art from Our Park. Support.
We have a motion and support to approve Art from Our Parks 2022 grant application. Discussion.
Yeah, this was reported to us by Susan Meyer at Parks and Recreation. And it's a grant that usually they put in for $2,000. This year it's up to $4,000. And this has been going on for back 2014. But it's a grant that brings in local artists. And it's a day in the park, 3 days for people coming to it. Different types of dancing, folk music, and different types of art that we perform that day. And this is usually done at the end of September.
There's no,
It's a free, yeah. Thank you.
Any further discussion on commission? Hearing and seeing none, clerk Watson, roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Holt,
Yes.
Commissioner Jazinski,
Yes.
Commissioner Hutchinson,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Swaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Horton.
Yes.
Votes cast, 6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passes, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, clerk Watson.
That concludes the work of the Human Resources and Public Affairs Committee, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, gentlemen. Next up in the governmental affairs, we have no action. Administrative control report, we have no business in that. And with unfinished business, we have no action. No business to new business. First up, the 911 dispatchers unit. Commission or Vice Chairman Hope.
Certainly. Motion reads, move to enter into a 3-year agreement between Isabella County Board of Commissioners and Police Officers Association of Michigan 911 dispatchers unit, agreeing that 1% shall be added to the 2020 base wage scale effective August 3rd, 2021, for the wage reopener for years 2022 and 2023, and to include the language in the employer's package offered to settle dated June 11th, 2021.
Support.
For a motion and support to enter into a 3-year agreement between the Isabella County Board of Commissioners and the Police Officers Association of Michigan and 911 staff. Discussion.
So we had a closed session on this at our last meeting. The two sides of administration and union came to an agreement that they all can live with. So
Further discussion. Hearing and seeing none, clerk Watson, roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Jazinski,
Yes.
Commissioner Hutchinson,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Swaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Holt,
yes.
Commissioner Horton.
Yes.
Votes cast, 6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passes, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Next up, the resolution number 21-08-01, ARP State Match Programs. Commissioner Jazinski, would you like to read this, please?
Motion reads, move to adopt Isabella County Board of Commissioners Resolution number 21-08-01, supporting American Rescue Plan state match programs, and authorize the board chair to sign the same.
Support.
We have a motion and support to adopt resolution number 21-08-1, ARP State Match Programs. Discussion.
Michigan Association of Counties is lobbying the legislature to come up with for the use of some of their funds that they're getting from the ARPA funds. I think the state's getting over $6 billion, and they're trying to channel some of those for projects that can be used to match with local dollars to do a much bigger project. So broadband can be a very expensive project. And even though the county is getting 13.5 million, and other counties are getting more. There's one rural county up north got a price tag of $40 million to improve their broadband in the rural area. So these are dollars that local units won't be able to do. There may be other ideas out there too in terms of infrastructure. So this is just an attempt for the state to allocate some dollars to work with the local units of government to make some bigger improvements than what the local units could otherwise do on their own. And it doesn't commit us to anything in particular. It just means that hopefully the program moves on. The state comes up with some packages that we can look at, investigate.
Any further discussion about the resolution? Hearing and seeing none, clerk Watson, roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Hutchinson,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Swaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Holt,
Yes.
Commissioner Jazinski,
Yes.
Commissioner Horton.
Yes.
Votes cast, 6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passes, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, clerk. This brings us now into our general public comment section again. Reminder everyone, we'll be waiting for 3 minutes and we'll state the name of the rest. First, we'll call the live audience. Okay. To the virtual public comment.
There is no one at this time, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Then we will close general public comments for the evening and move on to announcements. Commissioners, any announcements? Okay, Vice Chairman.
Chair, I'll just say that if you haven't voted, you still have about 30 minutes.
Or once a week? Yeah, I was thinking 7. I was thinking a lot, such a. So I won't go early today, so. Anybody else? have anything to say? Again, I'd like to thank the people in the audience, thank the virtual crowd watching us on television or YouTube tonight. And that's really helpful. It's gotten better with sound. It's going to continue to get better. We're still facing a lot of curveballs coming at us with the Delta variants and everything like that. We just have to see all the board of commissioners and everything. And I just really think that we cross that we continue to do it. So, thank you all for coming tonight. I really appreciate it. Okay, that closes my let's get some motion about it. Can I get a motion to adjourn, please? So moved. Support. We have a motion and support to adjourn the meeting. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. We are adjourned at 7:30. So. That before I want to.
I did check with somebody who was watching this